Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another episode from Salvage Nations. If you look behind me, this is where my LCI 325i used to be as of yesterday, and as you can see it's completely gone. That's because we pushed it to the unit next door for them to help assist me with removing the engine. If you remember in the last episode, I found out that the chassis leg had some damage, so now we have to remove the engine. So come with me, we're gonna go over to multi-car repairs and we're gonna get this car up on the ramp and start the process of removing this engine. Once the engine is out, we're gonna push the car back to H&A Autos where we can work on the chassis leg. Once the chassis leg has been sorted, then we take it back and then we can reassemble the engine. I don't know if we're gonna get that all done in this episode, but I'll try my best. So let's crack on.
Two hours later.
Guys, let's get the car back to H&A and see what happens. Guys, as you just saw, here's my engine, 6 straight cylinders. It's a beautiful sight, but it's not a beautiful sight out of the car. But I'll take this opportunity, with every bad thing that happens in these cars, guys, as an opportunity to do something good. I'm gonna service it, so I'm gonna take the opportunity at some point before the engine goes back into the car, and I'm gonna change out all 6 spark plugs. I'm gonna have a look at all the ancillary belts, make sure that everything is in order. The timing is internal on this engine, but I'm just gonna go over and make sure that everything is done. It's interesting because it was so hard in a couple of episodes before to change this thermostat, and now it's right here, now that the engine is out, so I'm gonna take full advantage of that. Have a look at the engine, guys. We've pulled it straight with the gearbox still attached. This is the end of the prop shaft. The prop shaft connects to the end of the back of the gearbox. You've got the selector levers here. These are those pipes that I changed, if you can see them here. It was literally, I had to do this from underneath, but remember I changed those pipes in one of the previous episodes. I just want to say, guys, this is new territory for me. I've never been involved in pulling engines from cars and stuff. I'm by no means a professional mechanic. That's, you know, this is way out of my depth, but we've got to keep it moving, guys. Got to keep it moving. So now that the engine is out, the car's outside, it's still in the next garage, so we're going to be pushing it into this garage, which is H&A. And once the car's pushed in, I'll show you around and I'll show you some damage. We can see the damage more clearly, and I'll explain to you exactly why we had to pull this engine. So let's go get the car. Engine is out, guys, but there's lots and lots of damage that we need to check out. Let's go check it out. Hold on, sorry, I've got to interrupt this video to let you know, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button right now. If you like the content that I'm bringing to you and you like rebuilding cars like this, or that, or even that, you stop right now, press the subscribe button, and make sure your bell notifications are on. I'd really appreciate it. Let's continue with the video. So we've just come back from Multi-Car Autos. They, as I said, have pulled the engine. And this is why we had to pull the engine, guys. Just take a look at that. So if you imagine, the engine used to come about here, so we had access to this bit, but what we couldn't see is, let me just grab a light. There's some crazy damage right there. Can you see that little kink? Now, in order to access that little kink right there, we had to pull the engine. Pulling the engine is a last resort, but if you're gonna do the job, you've got to do it properly. So we pulled the engine. I didn't plan for it. It was a lot of extra work, a lot of extra money. However, we need to do it properly. So with the engine out, we'll be able to gain access to all the damaged parts and have a look at the subframe, guys. If you can look right there, you can see the subframe. It basically, the weld on the subframe has failed. It's pretty bad. Now what's happened is the impact was on this side and the force has pushed this chassis leg to the left, and it's basically opened up the well right there. So what I've gone ahead and done, whilst the engine was getting pulled out, that's why there's not a lot of footage on the engine coming out. Whilst that was getting pulled out, I went to the breaker's yard and I picked up a used but in perfect condition subframe. Just to be safe, I got the complete suspension with all the legs and the arms, and I got on both sides, so we'll be doing a whole complete swap on the suspension as well. So we got to drop the subframe as well, transfer all the bits from the old subframe onto the new subframe, and yeah, I'm gonna let Mustafa have a look. I'm gonna see what he reckons, what's the best course of action in terms of getting this back to not only a repaired condition, but a safe condition. Because safety first. When repairing cars, you need to make sure that, you know, safety is paramount. Guys, as you can tell, it's kind of just sapped all the energy from me a bit. I was really excited. I still am, but this is yet another hurdle that we need to overcome. We need to keep it moving through it. Right guys, it's the next morning and I'm just gonna continue tearing down everything on the front. We're gonna get everything ready for Mustafa to come in and prepare this chassis leg. So to get that done, I need to remove all of these pipes, as much of these wires and pipes as possible. So we're gonna get straight into that. There you have it, guys. I want to show you exactly what we've just done. So if you have a look now, I've peeled back all of the shieldings. I've taken out the water holes for the jet washers. I've removed all of the wiring. I've put it up here nice and high and safe, because we're going to be applying some heat to this area and trying to straighten this chassis leg all out. So have a look now. You can really see the damage. Look at how crooked that leg is, and it's also gone out that way. So this is where you need the experience of someone like Mustafa here at H&A Autos to really get to work with this and see if we can try to fix it. So that's going to be up next, guys. We've cleared it all off. We've done everything that we can do right now. I'm just going to wait for Mustafa to come back, and then we get started on trying to straighten this bad boy out. Let's go. I'm feeling a little bit more confident today. We've had a look around. Feeling a lot more confident today. I've got all the parts in hand. I went and got everything I needed today, so fingers crossed. Let's continue. There you go, guys. As you saw just now, I took the steering rack off. I completely cleared it down. Got my dozer over. So now we're ready to put some heat and try to straighten the damage. So let's go. So guys, we've managed to fix the kink at the back, and now we've repositioned the dozer, and now we're gonna try to pull it towards us. So far, so good. I'm actually getting excited now. I hope we don't get any hidden surprises, any nasty surprises, and hopefully we can get everything up and running on this car soon. Fingers crossed. So there you have it, guys. As you can see, it's coming along. It's a lot more straight than it used to be. I've suddenly started to feel a lot more positive about everything. I've still got it connected to the dozer. It's still under a lot of pressure, so I'm not going to get too close. But it's been a positive day. We've gotten rid of 1 kink, 2 kinks, 3 kinks. Now we just need to continue the aligning and making sure that the measurements and everything are as precise as possible. However, we're not going to be able to do that in this episode. We've run out of time. We're going to leave it like that overnight, and then we're going to come back tomorrow and continue exactly where we left off. So if you want to see more of this, or if you want to see the outcome of this car and all my other builds, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and make sure you check in for the next episode from Salvage Nation, where we're going to be picking up exactly where we left off. So guys, I've got a smile on my face again. I feel a lot more positive about the build, and like I always say, keep it moving, and I'll catch you in the next one.